everybody? It's your boy LV Creed here, bringing you a showcase race for our potential tournament run for the Mega Man 2 Randomizer. Once again, we apologize for any of the technical difficulties we're experiencing right now, but we should be good to go now. So thank you for your patience and bearing with us. We should be good to go. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and get our runner going right now. So we need to get this thing started right now. Meanwhile, Tony's on right now. So, Tommy, how you doing right Yep, like I said, we just now released the Krakens here, and hopefully we should be finally get ourselves going as soon as the streams catch up. But for those that are ready to get going, we are going to be doing two showcase races. One on the Tournament D setting, which is what we have now, and one on the Tournament B setting, which is both of these are zipless categories. The first one is going to be our stages hidden, so our runners will not know any place where they're going right now.
I think somebody nailed a bad stage already, while the other nailed quick, which is pretty good. Metal, not that bad either. But as we can see on our screen, Chung is already trucking on quick.
But yeah, honestly, I think both stages that we got right now are actually pretty decent. Quick being one of the stages that you like to see because you get E-Tank and an extra life along the way. And if you know how to handle the force beams, this is pretty just standard fare because quick beams haven't changed. But it looks like, at least on Chungus' end, those moles, these drills, not particularly friendly.
Yeah, that looks like a mess. I think he has to use an E-Tank or... Oh no, it's a straight reset. I'm not doing this, he says. He's gonna pick something else. It's like... I understand why he does this. It's too tasking. Make you waste a lot of time if you cannot handle this.
But yeah, meanwhile, Charlie Boy going through Metal Man, which is honestly a pretty decent stage as well, all things considered. Like I said, it also has a free E-Tank, and since you're doing zipless, you don't have to worry about doing any of the normal zips that you'll be seeing on any percent mode. But regardless, Charlie Boy going through
oh god, what is this dog? You guys made this, really?
Yeah, apparently someone had a thing for Five Nights at Freddy's. But regardless, Charlie Boy taking out the Quickman analog in the Metal Band's room and about to go on to his next stage, which actually is Quickman himself. So Charlie Boy gets some good rando luck on the stage select, gets some pretty good stages right off the bat.
Yep, I think he has an E-Tank, or maybe I'm mistaken. I think he has an E-Tank, so he's gonna get one more. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna reset at this point, so he'll see what's coming pretty soon.
Yeah, it's usually hidden stages meta to probably check on stages to see which stages are the bad stages first, so you can have them last.
Yeah, props to a speedrunner that actually beat me in the game. That was very hard playing against. That was Crab Cakes, and I think she invented this strategy.
But yeah, Chung is taking on the stage that you probably would rather save for later. But like I said, we're doing zipless, so you don't have to worry about doing any good wood for a time. But you still would rather have some things to make the area a little bit faster. But Charlie Boy, on the other hand, pretty sure taking a force beam to the face isn't making things faster.
No, it does not. Speaking from experience here, not only that, but I think the background and the lasers are all black, which is kind of, it's kind of confusing a bit. Not to say it's not a mistake, it's still, look at this. Oh my.
I mean, you can technically still see the black lasers that they come from for Charlie Boy's head, but I do see what you mean. There are situations, especially with the backgrounds, where some of these can be hard to see. But the thing is, as long as you know where the force beams are, because they are not changed in pattern. So if you're familiar with the force beam pattern, it should be a relatively straightforward go through as Charlie Boy does recover. Meanwhile, we got Woodman in Wood boss room, so Chung
Which
is
was
taking
weak.
out something that's pretty vanilla-ish.
Yeah, it was very quick and nice kill. No issues for Chungus there. Well, this is a weird air, man. Nice. I like how this looks.
Yeah, but this airman also giving Charlie Boy really
Oh,
no quarter with
This is
the tornadoes being randomized. Not really the best pattern for Charlie Boy to deal with. But regardless, he
good thing
finally
is it's this Airman is not Magic Johnson, so his jump was very short. It just gives him the back, so everything was fine.
does get item 1 for trouble, so he has a bit of an item to help navigate through some of the rougher areas if need be. Chung is having to escape quick. Unfortunately, is not going to get that until much later, and finds Heat Man, which is another stage you probably will have to have a few items to make this area a little faster, as his brethren are kind of attacking him in waves as he goes through the rest of the stage.
Chung is definitely not having a fun time right now, but for having no items and no actually only bubble weapon, no good weapons, he is doing very well.
Yeah, but with no item 2, he kind of had to be forced to doing the Yoku blocks legit. But Chunk is being one of those rando vets. Should have no trouble. It's still just general Heatman Mega Man 2 blocks. If you know the pattern, if you know where to jump, it should be relatively straightforward.
Oh, close jump. I was really close on the timing there.
Yeah, I thought that was a little late, a little early. Well, whatever
Very,
the case
very
was.
early.
Yeah. But it was able
It's pretty known for even normal speedrunners that the last block on this section spawns a little bit tiny bit late, so if you jump normally you kind of miss it.
Speaking of things you kind of miss, Chung is actually showing off one of the interesting things of this dude's Rando for in development of what he tastes of vanilla heat to the face. The stages that has the slippery physics are randomized. Is randomized in heat today in this
Oh
season.
really? Oh,
Yep.
this can be so annoying, and on Heatman as well. Oh my god, this is not a fun Heatman. I can tell. You can kind of jump. You have to jump all the time if you're on a slippery surface because you cannot control your velocity very well and your directions.
I gotta say, finding Flashman on Charlie Boy's end, that sprite is amazing. This is the first time I've seen that sprite. That is Time Man from Powered Up, sprited as Flashman. I want to see how that sprite works out because I'm interested. But regardless, yeah, you saw what happened.
Yeah, those are the shrimp spawners. Shrimp spawners, they don't play around. So Chungus met a few, tried to dispose of them, but they keep respawning and finally knock them down.
Yeah, Chung is taking the game over and opted to follow suit in Charlie Boy's footsteps, going to Flash himself. We're just gonna it seems like this place is pretty much Sniper Joe playground with some monkeys to just fill the decor.
So far, definitely Charlie is having the better luck in this seed. I'm not supposed to talk about luck because, you know, runners, but Charlie is definitely getting the better end of this.
Yeah, but that's the effect of the hidden stage names, especially if you are one of the ones that are committed to going through the route and not doing the reset routing. But regardless of the matter, looks like we got Metal Man in the Flash room.
Oh,
Not
that's
really
not too
Southbuster
bad.
week. But yeah, taking out the Metal with the Buster strats and getting item 2 for his reward. So Chunk is about to go into that fight as well. If he has the means to take care of the Metal fight quickly,
Oh, this is
he's
gonna
gonna
be
get the same thing.
this is gonna be a really good stage for Charlie, because he will have item 2 here. And item 1 on top of this is gonna give him a lot. Like, Heat is one of the stages that demands items if you want to take it easy. So, yeah, I expect no issues here.
Meanwhile, Chungus did find a bit of a weakness for Metal using the bubbles he got and wound up getting a much faster fight than Charlie Boy, so making up a little bit of time, but unfortunately the game over will obviously put him at a bit of a deficit. But you've been around the block many a time, Prodigy. You know, in this rando anything can happen, so Chungus can make up the time if Charlie Boy winds up making some unfortunate issues along the way.
Oh yeah, I've played on the back foot many times, and like, if you stop suddenly making mistakes, you're in. You're in. It's just the other one is on. If you imagine in your head, the other one is on the pressure and not you. You just play your best, and you have your chances. And if Charlie slips up once or twice, and suddenly we have an equal race. Wow, this Crusher is something else. I'm amazed at the new sprites, just ignore me.
Like, you gotta praise the spriting team and the graphics team, the porters and the actual creator and the actual editors. Charlie Boy being at the head of those with help from other community members. We got creative. You can argue for better or for worse. You can't say that the spriting team did not put any effort into adding all this stuff in here. As Charlie Boy takes on the slow burning heat that looks like he's using air as a secondary weakness damage to take care of heat, while looks like, yeah, Soft Buster weak for Quickman. So Chunk is taking things out in relative short order for each of the players.
Gets Magma Trident. That sounds like something Mega Man 9, but combined. Okay. Good enough.
Alright, so...
Oh no. Charlie makes it. Charlie makes it through the spawner and spawns the flappy tail rush. Now he's gonna skip half of this part. That's why it's good to have items here. You know there's gonna be spawners, and he's taking the safest route, and see, these things can be super annoying.
Yeah, Charlie Boy making good use of the pause buffering abilities that we've added to the rando. So in Vanilla Mega Man 2, under normal circumstances, when you take damage, you are committed to that damage. So what we've done is we kind of upgraded the pause ability and kind of give it some pause canceling similar to that of Mega Man 1. So whenever you take damage and pause, you're actually able to cancel that knockback. And Chungus is doing the same thing in what is a very ugly enemy set in the Crash, with our literal Chungus rabbits blocking the ladders along the way.
I never seen the screen, the top of the screen, and just one bird. Just one bird that knocks you off your jet. Please, don't do this. Oh my god. There are new things as well that I haven't seen, or probably don't remember. Oh my. Well, Chungus is not having a fun time in this crash level for sure.
Yeah, taking our prop top to the face and going back down the screen. But Chung, like I said, Chung is a veteran. He will recover, but once again, every mistake winds up counting. As Charlie Boy finds our time mana flash, and pretty much just gonna just loop him to death with the Buster. It's not soft weak, but very easy fight. And down goes Flash. As we still gonna have item 3 MIA, and this should be if. No, we still haven't found our item 3 yet. It might be more than likely going to be locked in a crash. So Chungus, after beating this, should have item 3 in tow. While this will be not only... This will be a what? Charlie Boy's last item to get at this point?
I think it's his last item, yeah, and it's definitely, you're right, it's definitely here. There's no other place to be, so we know where all the items are now. I think Chungus will confirm it in a second.
As we find Bubble in the crash room. At this point, we have seen all our Robot Masters available, so all that's left is Vanilla Woodman in Woodman stage for Charlie Boy once he's done with this crash. But right now, the bubbles seem giving Chungus the business as he's trying to find a weakness to make this a little bit easier.
The problem with this bubble, it's not that it's hard, it's just very spammy. This bubble gives you 3 bubbles all the time, and it clutters the screen.
And as anticipated, there's our item 3, locked in crash. Probably would have helped for the crash climb, but if you know how to use your other items, this is not that bad of a climb, especially you go on the left side as opposed to the right. As Charlie Boy is about to showcase. Pretty sure Chungus attempted to do the same thing as well, but once again, split attention, you kind of miss some things.
That was a very classic bubble move with the item 2 and with the frogs as well. Very, very, very vanilla starting bubble. I haven't thought about it much, but yeah. I've seen quite a lot of vanilla so far.
Charlie Boy making absolute use of that item 2, trying to use it to the fullest. Trying to also use it to fly to the door, but ain't nothing doing, so he's gonna wind up just going straight to the door, where his second to last boss in Bubble awaits, and we're gonna see if he can perform a little bit of a faster fight compared to Chungus.
One thing I'm impressed, and probably I don't know if people realize that every boss fight has a different theme now. I heard a lot of themes. Oh.
Well,
speaking of themes, we're gonna hear this one again.
Yeah, a familiar sound that we're kind of used to hearing at times. The death sound as Charlie Boy getting demolished by Bubble. Bubble taking some names here as Charlie Boy resumes to fight, and looks like Quick Boomerang winds up doing some secondary weakness damage and gonna take him out even faster. Just found it a little bit too late to not get himself killed the first time, but definitely got his revenge as he goes to his final Robot Master in Woodman, where a Vanilla Woodman is awaiting.
Seems that, speaking relatively, Chungus is exactly one Crashman stage behind, I think, if everything is okay. Which is not a big deal still. Wily can do a lot of damage to your mental, so we will see what happens.
Quick Boomerang is taking care of our Freddy Falzar hot dogs this seed. Quick Boomerang doing the quick work literally, as these abomination of dogs are quickly felled, while Chungus is going through quick, man, hopefully with better weapons to take care of those moles that pretty much hindered him last time and forced a reset.
No zip? Oh yeah, it's zipless. Sorry. I was just like, what? Good item 1 there.
Looks like Chungus is trying to use Bubble. Bubble was pretty effective for the moles, but just can't seem to work with anything else, and just going through the gamut of weapons, just trying to get through this area as quickly as possible. Better than last time, but still not worse for wear.
Yeah, it's too tight. These corridors are too tight. You are gonna take damage if you don't switch to a weapon and search. And that's one of the beautiful things of the randomizer, which Creed actually appreciated a lot when I played. Searching for weakness of stuff, which is very helpful sometimes. You just take less damage and do stuff faster if you take your time.
But yeah, Charlie Boy going through the full treehouse and about to fight the ruler of the treehouse, Woodman himself. Gonna check for weaknesses, but we saw, I do believe that he was stop weak to the Buster? If memory serves, I don't remember, but
No. This wood is hard weak to the Buster, but Charlie was trying the god weakness, which is Crash. So if you nail a Crash into the shield of Woodman and it explodes, then you can get an extremely quick kill.
But yeah, but at this point, Charlie Boy has completed all 8 robos, and now we get to the best eyebrows in video gaming as we're about to go to our Wally stages. And of course, for those that are familiar with our little traditions in the Mega Man 2 randomizer, we do have ourselves a little bit of a game we like to play. Of course, we do have ourselves a randomized dragon. We have it randomized as color, weakness, and even design. So, just to get things started, for those that aren't familiar with the designs, as you get your guesses in, of course, we got a vanilla dragon. We got an evil eyes dragon. I'll point that out. It's based on Rock Band No Constancy. We got a dragon with some pretty cool shades on. We got an oats dragon, a dragoncorn, a dragon with a horn on his head. We got a swag dragon, and a couple of new ones that you probably aren't familiar with, Prodigy. We got a Yoshi dragon that was debuted last tournament, and we actually have a new dragon that should be showcased, that should be in this rando.
Okay.
That's based from another ROM hack that we've added recently. Her name is Cynthia. She's adorable.
Have I played the ROM hack?
If you're familiar with Catman 2, you probably wouldn't know of it, but yeah, that's where
I'm not sure
that's
I want
to.
But yeah, that gives away a little bit. So my bet is green. I feel like green and cool eyes dragon. Cool shades, excuse me, dragon.
We're a little bit closer. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to forego guessing this time around. But let's just hope for a neat-looking dragon, regardless. Oh, we got
close.
shades.
That was very close, actually. How about bubble weakness? How about that?
Well, right now it's not. Oh, we got metal weakness.
Yep.
But it's kind of a weak metal though. He gonna stick with it, but it's one shot on screen and 1 unit of energy. Probably the worst possible metal blade to get if you're a fan of the metal blades. Meanwhile, Chung is getting washed by a Flashman of all characters, but still gonna press on.
Chungus is not one of those people that gives up. And yeah, this Time Man is not... Yeah, he's not playing around. This Time Man is very jumpy.
Find the metal blades as a decent enough weakness to try to speed this up. But seems like we finally got our things going for Chungus, as Chungus is gonna be a little bit more than a stage behind Charlie Boy as he enters the Wally stages. Charlie Boy already about halfway down Wally 2, about to deal with whatever nonsense the Pico units are going to display. For those that aren't familiar with how the Pico-Ku units work, the positions of where they're spawned are randomized, except for one case. In that case is if you get an Invisible Pico, which is somehow still in this rando. But we'll see if that happens.
Oh, oh, that was sexy. Just Charlie just did the dead drop, I think.
Oh yeah, he doing some speed strats. Charlie Boy very proficient doing zips in rando tournaments and going for as many time-saving strategies as possible. And speaking of time-saving strategies, look like metal is one of our 3 potential weaknesses. Crash being another. Well, he didn't have much metal to work with, so probably going with a combination of Crash and metal would be a way to go.
Charlie is playing really, really well. Did he play this before? I'm kidding. I mean, he played Randomizer longer than me, so yeah, this guy is doing really well.
Opted to stick with Crash Bombs to take care of the remaining Pico units. Pretty wise decision at that point to try to conserve on energy, especially for how bad the metal blades are this scene. Going on to Wally 3, Chung is about to take care of the dragon. Gonna see if he finds metal, he finds our other weakness.
Oh, nice jammies. I almost kind of forgot. I'm amazed that I haven't heard 90% of the song so far.
Yeah, shoutouts to Quantum for being able to kissing the dragon.
Yeah, we don't kiss those. Not yet.
But yeah, Quantum and Chad as Fusion Reactor, one of our head devs and one of the latest devs did a lot of crazy additions with the randomizer over the past couple of years. Some of which is the amazing music that we were able to port over, as we been able to add a lot of new music that under normal circumstances, if you use the base Mega Man 2, would not even play.
Nice good Stozer. This looks sinister. Not gonna lie. I can have nightmares over this.
I forget where this comes from. Some of the stuff I've seen, even I haven't even seen yet, because I'm kind of in and out of the hacking scene. So some of the stuff I may have missed along the way, but that is definitely new to me.
Oh, and this song is a good old classic. I remember this. This is when the randomizer was very old, very young and green. This is still from, I think, Duckfest time.
Yeah,
I love the old jammies.
Yeah, this should be. Oh yeah, this is a DSS Machina. This is from Great Battle 5, Band Presto game.
Absolutely.
Based on their properties from Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and Gundam. It's a very good track, The Mountain Path. I like this track. I like this track too.
Oh, that was a very risky grab from Charlie. Like, I imagine if you missed this grab, bad things could happen.
But yeah, Charlie
and
Boy.
He holding up and left to do a half grab, which is also pretty risky.
But yeah, Charlie Boy going through our so-called anxiety rooms. All we saw was just one swim met our shrimp analogs. Not expecting too much on the next screen, but let's see what we got. Well, there is something that could block, but yeah, no issue. No issue at all.
So one question, since Chungus is approaching the Picos, are Picos randomized? I mean, their spawning points.
Yeah, the spawning points are randomized. I touched on that just a little bit. As long as we don't
I thought it was only the sprites. No?
Yeah, the position of the Picos are randomized, assuming that you don't have invisible Pico. If you have invisible Pico, it is the vanilla pattern, because it's already hard enough dealing with an invisible sprite anyway, so there's that. But yeah, if it's any other sprite, the Pico units are randomized in their spawn points.
Is there a safe point like he's in the middle there? Yeah?
Oh, the save point will always be the same.
I see. Oh, that's something. Meanwhile, Charlie's still looking for the weakness of these Picos, I think. Yep, he doesn't wanna... Oh, he has no E-Tanks, that's why he's pulse buffering. And it's quick boomerang, I think? Yep.
Yeah, it's air for the walls and quick for the booming turrets. For those aren't familiar with the Mega Man 2 randomizer, one of the biggest quality of life situation is this fight. Because you know in vanilla, the crash bombs were the weakness for both the walls and the Pico units, which force you to allocate your weapon energy for the crash bombs, and could cause some major issues if you don't use them properly. For the randomizer, the walls and the booming turrets are separate weaknesses, so you don't have to worry too much about item management unless you are low coming into the fight.
Oh, excellent clutch from Charlie. That also is one of the moments that can make or break a run. Because you're losing already a lot of time pulse buffering and you're fighting the Boo Bean, and if you die there, you're kind of giving away a lot of time to your opponent.
Meanwhile, Sugar for weaknesses, Charlie Boy is doing the refights. We're gonna see how he handles the refights. You can opt to hunt for weaknesses. Speaking of weaknesses, Bubble taking care of the tank on Chungus' side to keep tabs on him. But yeah, Charlie Boy, if you decide to hunt for weaknesses or stick with Buster fights, because hunting weaknesses, and I know I do this a lot, can be beneficial if you find them quick enough, but live by the hunt, die by the hunt. If you're such hunting for weaknesses for too long, you can definitely wind up padding up time trying to kill bosses if you can't find the weakness quick enough. So as a result, we're going to see how Charlie Boy handles these boss rushes as we get some Wally stage Mega Man 5 action throughout the entirety of this fight.
Yeah, one of the nuances that actually Creed brought into the rando is like trying to find weaknesses before you go to refights. Because it will speed up your refights by a lot, and I tried this. Yeah, you're losing time during the stages, but your refights are instantaneous, so you win a lot of time back. That is if you remember weaknesses, which I don't. And yeah, somebody pointing out Mega Man 5, it's Groovity Man.
Charlie Boy taking care of 6 of the 8 Robot Masters, pretty much running on pace to just go through the rest of the refights in relative short order.
Wait, who said Gravity Man? That's not Gravity Man. That's Dark. Dark? Is it Dark Stage? Yeah.
Nah, we're talking about a different thing in chat.
I see.
Of course, you know how we are with Mega Man. We always gotta talk about our favorite themes. But what's not a favorite is that it's not weak to busters, so Charlie Boy had to do the weakness dive, finds quick for both phases.
Yeah, Charlie going strong against this machine. Definitely. Final stretch for Charlie, while Chungus is just approaching this, these boobies, but regardless, he has 3 E-Tanks, so it should be fine.
Yeah, going down victory road, as we like to call. Just one more fight left. One fight, one alien, one weakness. Charlie Boy's got to find that weakness in order to kill the alien. It's weak to anything except for Time Stopper. So we're just going to see how Charlie Boy quickly finds whatever weakness it is. Best case scenario is Buster, but after that, have it help you trying to dig for that weakness as soon as possible.
What is this?
It's a thing.
That's something. Yes, I see. It's Ghostbusters things, I see. Or something. Oh my god, don't kill the alien, Charlie. You know better.
It's not a dragon, but it still hurts like heck. But he's still digging for weaknesses. Is it last case scenario heat? Last case scenario heat.
Oh,
and he only can take one hit.
GG's. That's clean from Charlie. 33-18, and he's done.
There we go. We got ourselves finished on Charlie Boys in with official racetime.gg time of 33 minutes and 19 seconds. Pretty brisk run on his side. Meanwhile, Chung is still trying along. I believe he's starting the refights as Charlie Boy finishes the game, but still a pretty good showing on both runners. These can be some pretty interesting situations that our players can be thrusted into, especially with hidden stages. Both Charlie Boy and Chung is both felt the effects of how the enemy layout and even some of the bosses can just brutally just cause issues, but being the experts as they are, they still are able to just continue and trudge through all the nonsense, and we still get some very decent times.
So glad to see them both. These are veterans that I love playing against, and I love that they're giving example how you should practice. You should practice. Practice makes perfect, because even if they are playing for such a long time, they still make mistakes. There's still something to surprise you.
That's how Randomizer is. You hardly ever get the exact same experience. So just learning how the randomizer works in terms of what the game can throw at you at any given time is a skill in and of itself. Adaptability is key in these kinds of situations, and these two are some very good runners and learning how to adapt to these kinds of changes.
Chunga's almost done with his route on to Wily. Just the machine left. Did I say Wily? It's not Wily.
Oh, it's definitely Wily. We did see Wily's face.
No, it's not. It's not Wily. You'll see it next stage. It's not Wily.
Oh, you're pretty bad. Well, yeah, Chung is about to find out in a little bit as he does take care of the Wily machine on the route to Victory Road where our thing awaits. So, once again, we get our next seed going in a little bit, but first off, we'll see Chungus off as he finishes off this final stretch. Sad to know that Charge Heat is our alien weakness. It's more than likely, unless Chungus is very experimental in his weapon selection for weaknesses, he'll either find it next or it's gonna find last, because you hate using Charge Heat for the alien as a weakness.
I agree with this. We're gonna call this now Slimerly. No, it's Slimy. Slimerly.
Yep, he's going all over the place except for Heat. I expect Heat to be very, very much last in Chungus. Yeah. Oh nope, never mind. It was late, but it wasn't last.
Nobody fishes for Heat, Creed. Come on, you didn't know?
There are people that are willing to fish Heat if you think about the quote-unquote meta of weakness hunting. But yeah, we do have a finish on Chungus and with an official SRL time. I keep saying SRL. Old habits. Racetime.gg time of 36 minutes and 58 seconds. So not a bad run, all things considered.
Yeah, GG's to Chungus for enduring and finishing the run as properly as you should. It's building a character. Oh, it's Wily. That's okay.
But yeah, we do have one more race set up for our showcase races. It will still be zipless, but this time we will have stages revealed, so our runners will know where to go. And it will be a little bit of a different routing mentality, but you'll see that in a little bit as we get set up. So sit back, hang tight. We'll be back in a moment. Righty. We're back in with 2 new players as we get ready for our next showcase race. Unfortunately,
Yep.
as trying to get our new players set up, we kind of have a little snafu with the tracking for a little bit, so bear with us as
We're just gonna test our memory creed. That's how you go elegantly about it. Now we have to remember in our minds who beat it what. Which is gonna be a task for 4 people. Well, anywho, until our runners are ready, all flags seems to be in order, everything seems to be in order, they're all waiting.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure that our runners are set up. Everything is fine on stream for now, but we're just trying to make sure that our runners are good and ready to go.
Yeah, while Creed prepares everything, I'm doing nothing, by the way, guys. I'm here to say that I'm very glad to commentate along with my real Mega Man buddy, Creed here, and I'm looking forward to see the new runners. You may see some familiar faces here, Charlie Boy and Chungus from the last race. Aurelia is completely new player. Swift to me personally as well. So I'm gonna go keep closer tabs on them because it's interesting. It's always interesting to see a new face. How they deal with the problems we did back in the day. So everybody has their own way of finding solutions to this puzzle.
So yeah, while we're getting set up on the back end, once again, apologies for the delays. It's kind of been a bit of a night. So first off, apologies on that. But regardless, yeah, as Prodigy has mentioned, we do have our returning players in Charlie Boy and Chungus, but we do have 2 new runners that are doing the zipless reveal stages run. And
this is gonna be revealed.
Yeah, so stages will be revealed and our players will know where they're going. But yeah, our 2 new runners are Swift, who is a relative newcomer but has participated in a couple of tournaments. So while he's relatively new, he's also relatively not new, if the phrasing makes sense.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I mean...
But yeah, on the other hand, we do have Aurelia joining us, and she is very much new. I met her during the Mega Man 7 tournament, and she's a pretty scrappy opponent character. So I'm interested to see how she ends up dealing with the nonsense that the Mega Man 2 Rando will throw at her.
Not gonna lie, knowing how I felt in 2018 when this all started, I'm always rooting for the underdog. Always. So Aurelia, here we go. No shame here for me. I'm just rooting for Aurelia. That's it. It's always winning builds confidence. Confidence builds many other things. So I hope she wins, or at least being close. That will give her a lot.
So yeah, the countdown should be going up to our game right now. As the timer should have started, and our runner should be going in a moment.
Alright, here we go. Already started. While everybody else, Charlie's picking Flash, Chungus and Swift on quick, and Aurelia already showing how if we have an audio issue, so we may want to run the this can
I'm gonna switch to a different audio right quick. Right now we're just trying to find an appropriate audio to use. Otherwise, someone can probably switch on the back end.
Seems that Charlie Boy already dealt with Flashman. We didn't get any item, by the way. Swift and Chungus are also in their fight with Flashman and Quickman stage, and Aurelia is fighting Quickman and Bubble. And Aurelia is done with Bubble. It's super fast, in my opinion, honestly. It's a longer stage than usual.
Do you remember who you saw Charlie Boy fight in the Flash stage?
No.
4-player Carnage is nuts.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all 4, but I've seen that Chungus died, so he has to redo the fight again.
So apologies on our end for the audio issues. I know Chungus might be also quite a bit Charlie Boy rather, because we're using Charlie Boy's audio for the moment. But right now it seems like our runners are going through their second stages. Swift and Aurelia going to Metal, while Chungus and Charlie Boy are pretty much just swapping spots.
Which is very uncomfortable for Aurelia. I can see why. Take a little bit of death to the blocky near the pit, but everything is fine so far. And Charlie is taking a very, very speedrunner approach. Flash to quick, which is always very, very speedy strat.
But yeah, we got once again we saw Flash on Swift and Chungus in the Quickman room, but Charlie Boy dispatches that Flash in record time and pretty much just moving on to the next stage, which is Bubble Man, which you saw on Aurelia's end earlier. Speaking of which, Aurelia, yeah, go ahead, Chungus.
Yeah,
see,
I am Chungus now. Yes.
Yes, we got 2% Chungus here, and we got Chungus RT on comms. That's how we going now. But now, what we see
everywhere, even in game. Oh, this is very dangerous for a new player. Oh, and he makes the pulse buffer. I'm so glad. And we can see now in Flashman stage, it's bubble creep.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and wasn't able to manipulate a bubble. This is good enough, because Bubble will only attack when Mega Man or your player character is horizontally aligned with Bubble Man. So if, as you saw in Chungus' end, and it looks like, I thought I saw item 1 on Chungus' end on item acquisition. So that should be on Charlie Boy's end as well.
This airman is giving trouble to Aurelia, and by the way, I'm hearing Robert Miles' Children. That's a song, that's a very classic song, but not the gaming song.
Actually, you're thinking of a different track that's probably a little similar. This is from Garo Barker the Wolves.
Oh really? That's really, the similarity there is insane.
It's very similar. It's Rock Howard's theme. Spread the wings, and you can kind of hear the similarities, most definitely. Anyway, that's a quick down on Charlie Boy's end in Bubble. Let's see what else.
Let's see. Chungus is dealing with these blockies as well. I'm having the feeling that this metal stage is not comfortable for anybody. These blockies, but he has item 1, so you're right. Somebody had the item from somewhere.
Mind you, the tracking with 4 people on the screen is kind of a handful, so we're doing the best we can with what we got. Speaking of which, Swift doing the best thing on Quickbend and Bubble Room, taking out Quick and going on to their next stage. And finds the air.
Oh, really? You're gonna take air, man?
Yeah, this is an interesting decision, especially with the reveal stages. And of course, being air is got to do the air tradition of having Crash fall down like a freaking hailstorm.
Yeah, I think this is Creed's favorite. Watching this. Especially when you're not playing, it's very, very entertaining.
It's not my favorite anything.
Yeah, of course.
But nah, but Swift is handling the area pretty well. As we got Charlie Boy going at the top of the treehouse in a Woodman stage. Aurelia taking care of Bubble in a Flashman stage, getting out of one.
That was a very rough fight for Aurelia, but she man up. I mean, it sounds very weird when I say it, but she took it to him and beat him. It was very close.
Aurelia following Charlie Boy into Woodman stage, while Swift getting one of our favorite appearances in the randomizer, Space Monkeys in air. Very easy walk. Going to the boss door, about to find out who's in the Airman corridor in the boss room.
Oh, it's metal. Vanilla metals. Nice. It kind of looks good, don't you think? Like old times. Oh, and this sprite again, this Freddy sprite again. Who decided to give skeleton body instead of a bear or something?
Well, we found Crash in Airman stage on Switzerland, but for Charlie Boy, he does find Item 2 in the fight Woodman, the Metal Man giving Item 2 in Woodman stage, so he going straight to Heatman stage with Item 1 and Item 2, saying he got what he needs to go through one of the more rougher stages and make that as fast as possible. Using Item 2 early, trying to skip a lot of the stages quickly as possible.
Yeah, that has its downsides. Now he has not enough Item 2 to traverse through the blocks.
Meanwhile, it looks like Swift is having some issue, kind of pausing the game. Well, in this case, kind of pausing the emulator for whatever reason. Hopefully, Swift will get into the fight as soon as possible. But regardless of the matter, we'll check up on Swift as needed. But we do have 3 other runners we gotta continue to keep eye on, including Charlie Boy, who's dealing with hot air in this second portion of Heatman stage, using Item 1 to full effect here.
Yeah, one thing that I forget again, showing my absence, is that you do have refilling ammo at the start of the Yoko section at Heat, which is very good. Charlie knows this. Of course, he's a runner.
So we got Charlie Boy and Aurelia both closing in on their respective bosses. Charlie Boy about to go into the Heatman room first and see who's in that room. Aurelia about to fight Metal Man in a little bit once you go through these final sets of screens. And Chung is going through the rest of Airman, a very easy Airman nonetheless, where Crash will await. But meanwhile, we got a banana slinging Woodman in Charlie Boy's sights, trying to find
this is one of the worst Woodmans, by the way, with the slow-moving shield, and the shield doesn't remove itself until new leaves are spawned, which is very annoying.
And yeah, we are unsure what happened to Swift right now. Hopefully we get a situation on what's going on soon. Oh yeah, something had to happen, because unfortunately Swift has forfeited. So something might have happened during the race to cause Swift to stop. So unfortunately, we have to say, well, we give props and stress to the effort of showing up and trying to perform a race. Hopefully, we'll find out what happened on the back end to see what happened to Swift. But meanwhile, we still have 3 runners to contend with and keep up with, as Aurelia, not quite used to the crabs in air, gets knocked off.
Was about to say, Creed, your crabs are doing serious damage to new runners.
They're not my crabs.
It's your. What you like?
I do not own crab property here. I do not claim them. They are not my people.
Not your people. Okay. I'm struggling to see where did Charlie get item 2? Because the other runners, I don't see them having it. It seems that item 3 is still locked in Crash. So yeah, slow climb here means that item 3 is gone and it's locked.
But yeah, item 2 was locked in Woodman stage. Both Aurelia and Charlie Boy took care of Woodman stage, and Chungus is in Wood now, so Chungus will get item 2 in a little bit once he beats Metal Man in that stage.
Crabs? Guys, crabs are fine. Why don't you lay on the crabs? If anything, crabs build character. By the way, this Heatman in Crash is the last obstacle for Charlie to go to Wily's.
Assumingly my tracking was up to snuff, I'm hoping it's the last one so I can mark everything properly. But regardless, this C is spelled by Charlie Boy, so we're about to find out if this is the last one indeed. As you suspected, item 3 is locked in Crash. So yeah, 2 more stages left.
Oh my god, it's definitely not the last. Which only speaks to me that routing has changed on Charlie's part. Just Crash is one of the stages you wanna do last for some reason.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, but one, since we're doing zipless, he probably just gonna go ahead and just do it because we already have item 1 and item 2, and it just seems like that's enough to do all the crash climb work in what proper fashion that Charlie Boy sees fit.
Yeah, and Charlie showing the veteran knowledge mostly. Using item 2 and flying over those crabs in air is the right move because you don't want to deal with this. You don't want to stop every 5 frames or 5 whatever was it the spawning rate to kill a crab or wait.
Not that I don't want to keep up with the tracking. By this point I almost all but giving up and just try to just close everyone off as once everyone gets to the Wily stages. But yeah, Charlie, you can pretty much just see the night and day difference between how runners can go through air, as Aurelia is still struggling dealing with all the craziness that this first half of air is just dishing out, with crabs just causing a lot of issues and the Team Rocket Chanky Makers just being a massive obstruction. Meanwhile, Charlie Boy just blazing a trail of death and destruction in some pacifism. Then the Space Monkeys just fly away. Dealing with Crashman and going to just finish things off and going on to the next stage, assuming Stream decides to catch up. There we go. Probably had a little bit of frame drops, at least on comms then, but yeah, Metal Man stays sighted, and we just pretty much just going through the motions as Chung is going through the motions in a similar way, using item 2 to go through the ignore the Yokus.
And this also at the end of Heat, he was doing a good Heat by the way. This time much more forgiving to him, even though there's the air guys there, but still, he was managing to do it with item 1.
Oh, speaking of, remember that God we were talking about on
Yeah.
Wood?
Yeah, That thing we were talking about last race is that crash. If it works on wood and it's a weakness, you just delete the boss master because it not only hits wood, but it explodes as well. It counts like a double hit. And if it's a lingering explosion, you can kill wood in one hit.
Depending if the damage is good. Speaking of things being crashed, Crash Man goes down on Aurelia's side. A lot of effort taken, but still was able to dish out the revenge that Airman stage was giving her, and now going to heat. And let's see how Aurelia takes care of this heat, because at least in the second part, they're gonna be dealing with some hot air, as the fan fiends are gonna be showcased throughout that entire portion.
I'm happy to see that Aurelia is definitely not tilted. That's a lot of deaths, but still trucking and not giving up. Props to the new runner here. Even though struggling in a lot of the stages, she's doing really well. Well, that was not a curse screed, come on. I was trying.
Alright, I can finally mark everything done on Charlie Boy's end in spite of all this chaos. And we got Oatsman sighting for our Wally analog. As Charlie Boy goes to the end-game stages, it's about time to finally do our little game again. So once again, we got a dragon, we got some stuff we like for you to guess, we got a weakness, we got a color, and we got some designs that we like for you to guess. Once again, if you hadn't seen the first run, there's the number of designs that the dragon has, and I try to go through them in rapid succession. So we got Vanilla Dragon, we got Evil Eyes Dragon, I'll let you know the Evil Eyes. You got a Sunglasses Dragon, Good Shades. We got our Dragoncorn, we got Oach Dragon, we got Swag Dragon, we got Yoshi, and waiting for her debut, we got a cute little female dragon by the name of Cynthia that's still yet to be seen. So get those guesses in chat, and now that I actually have time to guess, I'll go ahead and start. And I think I'll let our shy girl Cynthia hopefully be displayed this race. Have her be traditional green and be weak to metal.
I'm praying for a normal dragon. I know the possibility is not high, probably, but normal dragon and blue will be cool. And as a weakness, I don't really know. Bubble seems really bad, so let's pick Bubble.
Alright, I can finally mark everything done on Chungus's end, as actually Chungus is not too far away once again from Charlie Boy, going to the in-game stages, a little closer than he was on the first race, and there's our little darling.
Oh my.
That's Cynthia.
Oh my. What is this mosquito on screen? No, it's cute. I like
Don't call her that. Rude.
It's very cute. Even the fireballs are cute. Come on.
But it was weak to metal. I just didn't get the color. But I'll take that as a win. But yeah, keep track of what's going on right now. Cynthia still has. See, Cynthia got me all noddled out. Aurelia is going through Heatman stage. Still got a number of stages to go through, but still manages to handle all the stuff that wind up being tossed her way. Chungus is a little bit behind, probably about a full stage behind Charlie Boy, who's already deep in Wally Stage 2, and unfortunately, Swift, for whatever reason, had to forfeit, but we respect the attempt on Swift's end to get into a race at this current juncture of the race.
Exactly. Trying is what matters here. You tried, stuff happened, it's okay. Meanwhile, Chungus is actually closing on the dragon. And I'm curious to see if he's gonna find something other than, I think it was metal.
Yeah,
and,
it was.
Yeah. Charlie Boy doesn't do the death drop this time. Ooh.
Alright, what Pikachu's we got? Alright, we still got a different sprited Pico, so the positions of the Pico should be randomized. It starts out normal, but it should change once the first one gets destroyed. But speaking of, Charlie Boy having a little bit issue trying to find a good weapon to destroy them. Opted to, well, he did try Bubble, but it's now trying to find something else. Finds Charged Heat to do the one-shot dirty deed.
Yeah, that's rare to see. You haven't found anything, but when your heat is that good, I think it's 1-2. No, it's not 1-1, but it's close enough. Maybe it's 1-1, and he missed the first one.
It's definitely 1-1. I'm seeing. So you're gonna be low on heat energy, but at this point, if you got a one shot, you're pretty much just gonna stick with it. It's a done deal. You just gotta make a mental note to refill heat because you never know what kind of situation you may be going through as far as weapons concerned.
By the way, shoutouts to Aurelia. You have no clue if you're watching this and you're like, what is going on? These stages are really difficult for a new runner. Like, you have crabs in the air and air blowy guys in heat, which is very difficult for a new runner. I appreciate her trying everything. We're kind of biased because we played this for a long time, but for a new person seeing this and experiencing this is really tough.
The Fantasy Inquisition appearing out of nowhere in Wily 3, halting item 2 fly on Charlie Boy's end, having to hoof it the rest of the way, but should have mostly hold no problem. Once again, just about to go through the rest of the Wily Stage 3 and see what the Guts tank has in store. Aurelia making short work of Woodman in Heat. Got a couple of stages left to go, so she's still putting up work. Going through Quickman, finally goes to what we would like to say is one of the easier stages, but of course that's the easiest stage with force means you still have to contend with.
Beautiful. Chungus also finds this heat. We missed the Charlie Guts fight, but it was not something out of the ordinary. It was a normal sprite, and it was Buster Week. So a pretty straightforward Guts fight for Charlie.
Boy making use of item 3, trying to get through these ladders as quickly as possible. Checking the floors to see which ones are fake. In Wily Stage 4, the fake platforms are randomized on the screens that Charlie Boy just passed through, this one and the one previous. But of course, since we have items, we can just pretty much ignore them all and not have to worry about them if we don't have to.
Oh, using Flash Stopper on Quick. She gets it. That's how we do it, guys. Haven't been around in the 90s, that's how we do it.
Yeah, and Aurelia working with a more interesting Time Stopper, because Time Stopper every weapon has a randomized attribute, but Time Stopper is a little interesting in that aside from the vanilla item, the vanilla drain that you expect in Mega Man 2, it also works, if I were to make a comparison, similar to Flash Stopper in Mega Man 4, where you have a set amount of time and a set amount of energy per use when using the time stop. So it was that version that Aurelia was using, but it made the force beam section all the more easy regardless.
Yeah, while Charlie was dealing with a very difficult screen, if Aurelia makes it here, he's gonna have a lot of thoughts. There was a Chenki Makers in the spike screen of Y84, in the first spike screen of Y84, which was very hard to deal with.
Chungus starting Wally 4, Charlie Boy ending, about to say, the sprite figure almost gave me hope for God weakness on metal.
I think Charlie's testing, I was testing wood, but wood is kind of blending, so I couldn't see. Now we're gonna start with the standard stuff. It's not air and not metal. Oh, it's classic crash for the walls.
Yeah, but we also know that wood and metal are probably not the booming weaknesses, because you're definitely going to be checking them first, so you don't have to worry about these walls. So you're going to be doing the good old weakness on you, trying to find whatever else is the weakness for the actual turrets. And look like we found Bubble as the weakness of choice for these turrets this seed.
Yeah, one of the things you check last on this fight is actually Bubble. Yeah, it's Gator Wheel. Gator Wheel, exactly.
Alright, Wally Ford down, back to the refights for Charlie Boy. Pretty much on very solid pace this seed. Not too much slipping them up, but being a former champion, you pretty much expect Charlie Boy to make very minimal mistakes.
Wait, was that on the background the snake from Battletoads or the snake from Mega Man 3? This is Battletoads snake.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my god.
We get experimental sometimes.
You can call it that. Meanwhile, Chungus is approaching the same fight as Charlie, the Boo Beans. I'm curious to see how he will... Is he gonna do the same Searcherino? No, he's taking a different approach. Yep. Definitely not sure. Definitely not sure.
Having a little bit of fun, Chad. But yeah, Charlie Boy going through the motions of the boss rush, taking care of Metal Man, doing the Buster seem to be doing a fair amount of work. Already halfway through the refights on the 5th Robot Master, taking care of Flash in short order. Got 2 more left, and going to the Wild Machine. So Charlie Boy should be approaching the end game in a little bit, with 1 more Robot Master to go. That being Bubble.
I am extremely curious if this is the last stage for Aurelia. It seems so. It's been a really rough seed for her. In the machine, let's go. What is this? It seems like a machine. And it's not the Buster. Seems that Charlie's gonna find air for the first part, but it's not the air for the second. I think is that Leaf? Yeah, that's Leaf. And he doesn't like it.
Really taking care of all the 8 robos and finally getting to our final stages.
Charlie saving some weapon energy, gets into the alien and mashes that wood in, which doesn't conserve energy if it's eaten by a hitbox, which is pretty good.
But yeah, Charlie Boy going through Victory Road, going to our final stage. Once again, 1 alien, 1 fight, 1 weakness. Gotta dig for that weakness. Of course, that weakness is never Time Stopper. So let's see what we got. Of course, we're always gonna talk with Buster first on hopefully to take care of. He really has some interesting surprises added to this.
Oh my god. Like, I'm really confused, but it's fun. I like it. I like all the additions so far. Did he find a weakness? I think he hugged it again. Charlie, note to self, stop hugging the alien. It's Crash. Nice. GG's to Charlie Boy with, I think, official time of 30:38.
Yeah, that is an extremely fast time, even for Zipless. So that is a very, very strong run.
Yeah, Guy is not playing around. And Chungus, by the way, not so far behind. Definitely closer to Charlie than it's comfortable for him, I think. But yeah, Chungus has no E-tanks, and this can be troublesome. He finds air for the first. Let's see if he will find wood or something. Gotta find it quick. Has one more hit left. And finds metal, even better than wood, I'd argue.
One hit remaining to his name, at least in terms of damage to give away, but Chungus was able to succeed in out-damaging the Wily Machine, and now about to face our alien who is weak to crash.
And this dragon is something else. I love it.
Yeah, that's a little darling, our newcomer. And unfortunately, our newcomer takes out another newcomer that's taking names. Cynthia takes out Aurelia and gives her a game over, restarting Wily 1 here.
Yeah, this dragon has had first blood on his first appearance. I'm kind of liking it.
Meanwhile, all eyes on Chungus as we see how soon you're gonna find that crash, and instantly goes to the second screen after a few attempts. So, yep, eventually finds the crash bombs. And about to there we go. Dispenses with our alien analog and finishes with a time of 32 minutes and 43 seconds. Well done, Chungus. Well done.
Yeah, GG's Chungus. Not that far behind and really good run for Chungus. I'm pretty sure he likes it better than his first one. And I admire the endurance here. You have to give it where it needs to be given. Already still trucking.
And we do have a couple of people that are in the booth for a brief interview as we focus on Aurelia for a bit. Charlie Boy and Chungus, how ya hanging? Assuming they got their stuff up.
We lost them, Creed. It's over.
I was told this would be a clear obscure race.
Hello, everybody. How's been your races? I mean, we know how been your races, but what do you think about the races?
And that first seed just had it all, didn't it?
I laughed out loud at seeing the dragon. Like, if I were to have a drink in my mouth, I would have spit it out. What a silly looking dragon.
Oh yeah,
This
right into
dragon
the
is
sparkling
really
last year was the race.
Yeah, definitely. I think Aurelia is definitely a soldier. Have you ever seen a soldier in a game? This is it.
What happened to Swift? Y'all don't mind me asking.
We have no idea.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't know. We didn't know that it forfeit for a reason. We don't know if it's game related or if it's IRL related. But regardless, unfortunately, it is an official forfeit. So, but we appreciate Swift at least trying to get into the race regardless.
You know what? I got a message from him. He says he can't make the interview. He was running a good race, but accidentally hit frame advance or fast forward just as he was finishing his forward stage, invalidating his run. He couldn't move the game forward without holding the button, but can't hold the button because it was fast forward. So he said, I toggled my controls, so this shouldn't happen again later.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. You should have continued. It's just practice races. Mistakes happen sometimes. I know probably because he was practicing, he left the shortcut there.
But yeah,
regardless, GG's to Swift for participating as well. I think this dragon is really deadly, Creed. What do you think?
I mean, it's still just a vanilla dragon. If you normally struggle with the dragon can be rough. But at the same time, if you're not used to different weaknesses, trust me, some of the weaknesses for the dragon can be brutal for a given seed. It can be, I'll just say for lack of a better word, it can be an experience.
Props to Charlie. Charlie, you've gotten really fast. I'm concerned.
Nah, dude, don't worry about me. I ain't nobody.
I'm really scared when I was watching the second race. Like, some things were way too fast. So, at least for me, when I remember.
I'll tell you what, it's been a while since you've raced. However, I mean, I've raced every year. I work on the game, at least to an extent. You know, like I put all the sprites in and such. So, and in order to test these sprites, you know, I have like save states, and I have to like do small parts of the game over and over and over again. Which I don't work on it year round, but I work on it I start a good month before the tournament starts or whatever, or 2 months or whatever, to make sure to get them all in. So I get my practice in, you know, here and there. Although I haven't had full game runs, which I think that reflects a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, it was good races overall. The first one had some rough things. I'm glad I got the Prodigy special while Prodigy was in the commentary box.
Oh yeah, I definitely saw that. I was very curious.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, it was a good race, and I'm glad. I hope Chungus had fun with it. I had fun with it. I'm trying to remember anything like in particular that stands out about any of these seeds besides me laughing out loud at the dragon. I did the suicide drop. Yay, fun. That was cool. I don't know what else.
Well, if I don't mind interrupting, there is a question in chat because, especially in this seed, the crowds were kind of rampant. Kind of curious to wonder how your thoughts were the usual crowds in airfare.
Yeah, Chungus, how do you like scrap in air?
How do I like which in air?
Crabs.
Oh, sorry.
Crabs in air. How do you like crabs in air, Chungus? Is it your favorite meal?
Yeah, they're actually better airborne. It's the shrimp that I can't handle.
Oh,
And
yeah,
more
that was
like
shrimp
stones with
the
a cloud.
first time.
It was. Yeah, that first seed was actually closer than it looked. If I hadn't gotten dunked by the shrimp, reset the first stage, and died from the dragon, it would have been like right there.
Both races, by the way, weren't so far behind. It was like a death, I think, a death or two behind, which are things that happen.
Oh yeah, that first seed was ugly. You couldn't even tell I derusted, but you can't derust if it rust all the way down.
I just kind of derust. Like, I start my full game runs when the tournament starts to kind of try to help keep things balanced and stuff, since I don't really get practice like doing the sprite work and stuff. I just, because I have the save states and I do know the parts already and type stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I just, like I said, I maybe did the practice race for the proto challenge, and then I hadn't played since then, and now these 2 races now, like, it's like riding a bike, right? And as far as crabs and air goes, I mean, this time around we was just lucky to have item 2 in that stage, or at least I did, so I didn't really have to be concerned with them because I could just ride over them, you know?
I remember, yeah, you placed the item 2 very well high enough and just ignored half the crab stuff. Which is the exactly the way to go in that stage. Like, if you have the items, just use them. Don't be a hero. Crabs are annoying.
Yeah, there was definitely some bad placements in there and such, but other than that, yeah, I mean, there were some good ones too. You know, the rest is still there. Perhaps now that tournament starts on Sunday or Monday, last chance to sign up is this Sunday. Since that's the case, now I feel like it's okay for me to start practicing, like actually practicing. So yeah, I might put in some runs here and there. Although I have been pretty darn busy IRL lately, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully some de-rest and not slip and fall on certain places that the people slip and fall at.
Yeah, the usual things. How about your de-rusting, Chengis?
I mean, I'm rushed all the way down, so if I were to de-rust, I would just despawn. But I'm feeling good about tonight, especially with the new mechanics. Randomized ice physics is a new one on me.
The ice physics are new about. Let's be frank, a lot of things are new about that I see on the screen, but the ice physics surprised me for sure. That's something really, really weird to me.
You may have noticed I was real careful on the Yokus in the first heat, because I don't know if the ice physics in Heatband stage applies to the Yoku blocks. Terrifying thought.
Yeah, I have to think about something else than Flash.
Yeah, it is weird doing Flash without ice physics. From what I could tell, the Yokus don't have ice physics, but I could be wrong. I noticed the ice physics in the first seed with it being in Heatman stage. I didn't notice where they were in the second one, come to think about it. I don't know where the ice was in the second seed.
So now just to confirm, for myself of course, and for others that don't know this, only one stage can get the Flash ice physics, right?
Yeah, this is true.
Yes, correct. Okay. Well, it's not that bad as soon as you start the stage and be aware that it's there. Aurelia is really showing endurance. Like, I know I'm stressing this out, but she has been struggling with this dragon for a lot of times now. I think it's difficult. She's new and it's difficult to get used to the lag and slippery of these solo blocks that you have there. Because the minor presses are fine, but when you hold that button on those blocks with the lag, you just kind of fall down. Did the last death push the last button? No. But we're here to stay.
I think we have to mercy kill around the 1 hour mark, or at least that was the thing with the proto challenge. But it is what it is. We'll stay with him as long as we can. Until that point, at least.
All that to do it. Let's go.
I mean, I would do it. I mean, not to be weird or something, but I've done longer than hour runs on difficult mode. Difficult mode is something else, and you can see some stuff that are not near impossible, but extremely annoying. And some of my runs on difficult were above 1 hour, especially before. I could assume that when she's new, stuff feels really difficult.
But yeah, keeping in mind that, as already mentioned before, Aurelia is very much new to the randomizer. It's a situation where you're not new to Mega Man in the slightest, but because the randomizer has so many things that changes, the stuff that you're probably used to can be a little bit scattered, for lack of a better phrasing. But
it just trips your brain. It definitely, like, the thing you see, the visual cues and the stuff you see, they trip your brain. It's not that the mechanics are different. You're just seeing stuff that are new to you, and they trip your brain. That's it. You have new sprite on your character. You have new sprite on blocks, new sprite on enemies, and that probably trips your brain. And the dragon is not a hard fight. It's just that when you're new, you're tripping a lot.
we're gonna stick with Aurelia for as long as we're allotted. But right now, look like Aurelia is starting to get a bit of a rhythm on the dragon. And there we go. All we had to do is just talk things up for a little bit. And Aurelia winds up getting things squared away. So Aurelia done with the dragon, out of Wally 1. Now about to take on Wally 2 as the journey to the end continues. But yeah, we're also kind of speaking as we're used to the randomizer, we're used to the stuff that these things throw at us. So in many ways, we are kind of complacent with some of the stuff that is that stuff you've already seen on the screen. We're kind of growing complacent with all the nuances that the randomizer can throw at us. But when you get people like Aurelia who fairly fresh to the randomizer, is kind of a bit of a sobering experience that there are just some things that we are used to that the new runner can wind up struggling with, and stuff like this can take some time to get used to. But we also admire the fact that in spite of getting used to these sudden to drastic changes that we at the Randomizer community have added in programs, it's also a very good thing to see someone like Aurelia just continue to push on through in spite of just getting a brand new experience for good or for bad, and just continue to press on to hopefully a finish run as Aurelia takes on the Pico units, finds heat immediately, which is 1-to-1, so she's probably going to be out of heat by the time this fight ends, but this will be another down stage once Aurelia's done here.
Yep, doing very well right now, keeping up the 1-to-1 ratio. And as Creed said, like, I'm really happy seeing this. Like, it's very rare somebody not giving up. You know this is a new game. Oh, not 1-to-1 anymore. Now we have to switch. Let's see if she finds a secondary weapon.
Bubble.
Okay. Mash that. Yes.
Yeah, find wood. Not the best kind of wood, but it's wood that you can able to use. Bubble would have been next in line, but once again, it's a situation where as long as you find a weakness, especially so close to finishing the fight, you use just about anything possible to get that kill as soon as possible. And
definitely, this is definitely. Oh my God, there's 0 guys here too. Come on. This seat couldn't be any worse for a new player. There's dangers everywhere.
Archie, can you hold the fort for a quick second while I take care of some men back?
Oh yeah, sure. And as Creed said, like, being new runner, it's like playing a new game, and playing a new game and not giving up is really important. Like, imagine you are downloading a new game, like, anywhere, and you give up after you die a few times. That's not gamer mentality. What you're seeing here is gaming mentality. Play until you win. That's how you do it. That's how we used to do it. And she is now approaching this Guts tank, which if I remember, is pretty vanilla. She forgo the Buster strat. She is now using something else, trying to search for a weakness for this Guts dozer. And she finds quick works as well. Now it's a matter of time. And was able to just barely hold on. Mashed well enough to kill the Guts dozer fast. What were you about to say, Chungus? Sorry.
Oh, I just agreed with you about loving to see the determination and sticking with it.
Oh yeah, that's very important.
These two seeds have been a sampler platter for things that can go wrong.
Using the item 3 here, showing that she knows that you can go fast with item 3 when you're upwards.
Yeah, so I'm back. So as a programming node, we'll probably, as to keep things mostly on schedule, we'll probably indeed follow like the proto tournament format and mercy kill around the 1 hour mark. But that depends on how far Aurelia gets. If Aurelia gets far enough that she's close to finish, we'll continue on. But otherwise, depending on circumstances, we will go ahead and close out. But hopefully, Aurelia will be done by that time. She's really not too far away. Now starting the anxiety rooms of
There's a very difficult screen coming up. After this one, I meant, but this one, as you can see, is not so easy as well. So these Chenky makers, they non-stop bombard you as soon as you drop on from that ladder. You have like a few options, either staying on the belt that's going up on its rails, or just taking the damage. Oh my. Yeah. Or taking the damage and using your iframes. In this case, she was grabbing the ladder. When you get hit when you're grabbing a ladder, you cannot re-grab until some frames are passed. So when you get hit on the ladder, she just falls down and dies on the spikes. And got hit again, which is the same thing usually. Yeah, you cannot re-grab.
Under normal circumstances, that is the case, but this is kind of where not knowing the nuances of the randomizer winds up, once again, being new and all. Once again, it's a situation where we have increased our pause buffering to a point where, once again, we can cancel damage. So if she pauses while she transfers down, she can actually she can cancel out that damage and then re-grab the ladder. But of course, it's an initial playthrough of these kinds of randomizers. So if you don't know these kinds of subtle nuances, these situations can wind up being very harrowing, as you saw on a couple of instances on Aurelia's screen.
Yo, that's how you do it. This is Cosmic Brain. That's how you do it. Let's see. Yo,
still on. There we go. Should be safe from here on out. Even if she there we go. I was about to say, even if she did take damage, she could probably just do the iframes and walk to the transition point.
That was the most non-abusive screen I've ever seen. Usually people abuse that screen to oblivion because it's extremely hard to navigate, but that was really well done.
Yeah, I will add that, you know, it's good that we do these showcase races too, so that way, like, you know, you can go back and kind of watch how you did compared to your competitors and whatnot, and maybe pick up a few tips here and there too, you know, to maybe see how other players that might be a little bit more experienced handle some of these situations to go just a tad bit faster, or, you know, to help you with your practice and your knowledge of the game moving forward and such.
And she knows how to dodge the Pico. That's really showing what Creed said. That's a person that played Mega Man before a lot. Like, if you can iframe, if you can pause buffer the shots from Pico, you played this game enough. Also, yeah, Creed, about that ladder thing, I didn't know you can even cancel when you're getting hit, so you're basically unable to die, right? Like,
if you're able to react soon enough, or yeah, you're basically, I won't say you're immortal, but you can definitely prevent deaths because we buffed the pausing ability so much. Well, yeah, we buffed the possibility. Don't know why my mind said Murph. I know what my mind was trying to say.
And you can cancel items, right?
Yes.
Oh god. Oh god. That sounds really nice. Maybe too nice.
It's been a lot of fun. I'll say that. I don't ever want to go back.
Oh yeah, sure. I can get why.
But it is fun to do that screen, Wily Screen 3, or Wily 4 Screen 3, or Spike Screens 3, excuse me. Yeah, it is fun to do that screen without it, you know, like, I mean, we've done it for years and stuff, like, usually you take the hit, pull out item 1 and ride the spikes and, you know, do some fancy jumps and use your iframes and get across, right? But, yeah, now you can just kind of, like, you know, pause the hit at the ladder and hold on for dear life, and I mean, it's a little bit of, there's a little bit of both mix of old and new in that room, I'd say.
I can give you the minus very quickly of this. This sounds very cute, but you know when you cancel something, your iframes are gone. Most probably. So you can get hit again, right? Or your iframes are still there after you pause.
No, they're still there with pause buffering.
Really?
Yeah, it's a time thing. So like after maybe a second and a half or something.
Wow.
Like, it also depends on how many enemies are on screen and such. Oh, really? I almost got this boss fight done. Having trouble with this top boo beam. Looking to wrap it up. I think they're switching over to take out the wall first, and then gonna take out the boo beam turret.
Yeah, these corner jumps are particularly tricky in this, and I can get why she's not comfortable with doing the edge jumps.
Yeah, but I'm kind of surprised at struggling trying to get that last one. Just go ahead and destroy the walls to get go, but sometimes just the mind just works differently when you're committed to a particular stratagem and you just want to stick with that the entire time. But it is what it is. We're finally onto the refights, and I think even though we're probably going to be over an hour into this run, it doesn't seem like anyone is after us. At least there has been no warning of anyone being after us. So I think we will continue to stick with Aurelia throughout until told otherwise, because she is very nearly done.
I kind of agree with you, Creed, about the thing that you're set up in your ways, and that's why I like new runners. Like, you can see something really cosmic brain, like something really smart. She may not realize it, we may not realize it until we see it. New people think about new stuff. I always appreciate new stuff. You may not see it, but sometimes, just for 5 seconds or for 3 seconds, you can see something that you never thought about. And it's genius, probably.
Well, right now, Aurelia is still making pretty solid work of these robot masters. Is often do weakness, finds the weakness for metal in the air. Finally halfway down the robot master line, just gonna have to deal with these next 4. Let's see if she remembers the weakness for wood, because I'm pretty sure that she used it in that fight. Yep, looks like it was wood on wood violence.
So it's not Crash after all, it was wood. It hit him 2 times and he died. That means like it's the best weakness. How do you call it? The hyper weakness?
Yeah, either great or ultimate weakness, but the flickering of the screen kind of made it hard to tell, especially with the UI sprites for the health and ammo. I'm not quite used to those sprites, so the damage display is kind of weird, but the amount of time needed to hit to destroy still indicates that it was a pretty big weakness.
It's gonna be a really, really rough Heatman fight. Oh, she knows the weakness. No, oh, but missed the health refill. Oh my.
And I think she's on her last life too, so...
Oh god, this air must be really... Nope, it's not. I was gonna say he has to be a big bro, but he's not.
Yeah, you're not expecting air to be a bro. you never expect there to be a bro in a randomizer. Let's just get that fact straight right off the bat.
You know, sometimes he just doesn't want to shoot at you. He shoots them somewhere in the air. Though really rare. I don't think I see it often.
But yeah, Aurelia going to this with no E-tanks this time around. Have to use them along the way. Pretty much going through the roughest route of the boss rush with really no safeties to fall back on. It's just hopefully that the knowledge you gain from the fights and some good general basic Mega Man movement mechanics to tide you over until you get to the end, and hopefully that will lead you to victory. But as we kind of keep on mentioning and stressing every so often, is the randomizer can just be such a rough mistress. It's fun, but it's rough. And when it bears its fangs and sinks down deep, the grip can be very hard to let go.
It's very hard. I can tell when I'm playing hacks and I go to refights, I have like a few approaches. Like, you deal with something really rough, pick a robot master that's really rough, kill it, and then go to an easy one to refill your health a bit, because you probably have no E-tanks, like her. So I assume something like this is happening to her head. Like, I'm gonna kill this one because it's easy, and then the rough one when I have HP, and then the easy one again. So I hope she's fine. Nope. But at least she has lives now.
I'll say if we get another game over, we're gonna go ahead and call this match a wrap. So we don't drag on for too much longer. Hopefully things will work out fine for her. But regardless, we've been keeping contact in the race room. She is definitely committed to finishing. But we're gonna go ahead. But we're gonna go ahead and begin wrapping things up as Aurelia hopefully continues to finish up this boss rush. But yeah, Charlie Boy, Chungus, we're glad to have y'all aboard. And have any final shout outs before we just decide to close up?
Yeah, just make sure to join the randomizer tournament, and the last time to join is this Sunday at 11:59 Eastern Daylight Time. So yeah, make sure to get in the bracket. I believe we have 13 in the bracket currently. So hopefully we can make it up to 16 by this weekend, and have a pretty good, awesome bracket. That'd be great. Make sure to donate to the Matcherino if you'd like to do that, or if you're interested in that, or if you're able to. And let's have us a good year this year again. And good games to Chungus, of course. And, big shout outs to Creed and Prodigy for the commentary tonight. And good game to Chungus and Aurelia and Swift.
Yeah, good games to all the runners. Definitely shout-outs to everybody who's been working behind the scenes to improve the randomizer this year, too. The sprite work, the music, the new features, it's awesome.
You know, Aurelia made it to the machine. I wonder if she is gonna do it. I'm rooting. Find the first weakness, dealt with it really quick. Let's see if she's lucky with the other. I don't think it's happening.
You might still have a life to play with if push comes to shove, but to find out in a moment. No, it's a game over.
Oh well.
So yeah, I think at this point we're gonna go ahead and call it a match here. But once again, GG's to Charlie Boy and Chungus for their races. Commiserations to Swift, who unfortunately had to forfeit. But and GG to Aurelia, who's still gonna be grinding this. But we're gonna have to cut things short. So once again, final words, Prodigy, before we shut it down?
Oh, and thankful to anybody that watched and is still watching. Thankful to all the runners and the production for fixing our issues quickly, and to all the runners, because they're the main heroes. And honestly, I'm just really glad to be around again. That's all I can say. I just love the rando, and I'm glad to be around.
Okay, for those that want to follow Aurelia's progress as she finishes, her Twitch is the same as the name on the screen here. So if you want to support her from her stream, be sure to do so, because she is putting in the work to finish this. But yeah, for that, we're gonna go ahead and call it. There will be another set of showcase races tomorrow at the same time at 6 p.m.
I think it's the same as
6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern.
Yes. There we'll be doing runs this time with Zips active this time around.
Oh boy.
But yeah, for our runners here, Chungus, Charlie Boy, Aurelia, who's continuing on, for my co-commentator, Prodigy, this is LV Cree. Be sure to stay tuned tomorrow for the next set of showcase races. And until then, we shall see you the next time. Take care, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
See y'all next time. Later.